Possibly the most skillful ever on the mic. In 2020, he was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Murder. On March 8, 1997, Wallace attended a Soul Train Awards after-party hosted by Vibe and Quest Records at the Peterson Automotive Museum in Los Angeles, California. Guests included Evans, Aaliyah, and members of the Bloods and Crips gangs. With over 2,000 people overcrowding the venue, fire marshals shut it down at 12:35 a.m. on March 9th. After taking a few photos, Wallace and his crew headed downstairs to the Chevrolet Suburbans they had rented from Budget Rent-A-Car. He traveled in the front passenger seat alongside associates Damian Dirac, butler Lil Cease, and driver Gregory G. Money Young. Combs traveled in the other Suburban with 3 bodyguards. The 2 trucks were trailed by a Chevrolet Blazer, carrying bad boy director of security Paul Alford. Soon after Wallace's Suburban stopped at the red light, a black Chevrolet Impala pulled up to the right side of the car Wallace was in. The Impala's driver, described as an unidentified African-American man in a blue suit and bow tie, rolled down his window, drew a 9mm blue steel pistol, and fired at Wallace's vehicle. Wallace was struck by 4 bullets. His entourage rushed him to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center, where an emergency thoracotomy was performed, but he was pronounced dead at 1:15 a.m. He was 24 years old. An autopsy report, released 15 years after his death, revealed that only the final shot proved fatal. The bullet entered through his right hip, damaging his colon, liver, heart, and left lung before coming to rest in his left shoulder. Wallace's funeral was held at the Frank E. Campbell Funeral Chapel in Manhattan on March 18th. There were more than 350 mourners at the funeral, including Lil Cease, Queen Latifah, Flavor Flav, Mary J. Blige, Lil Kim, Run DMC, DJ Kool Herc, Busta Rhymes, Salt-N-Pepa, DJ Spinderella, Foxy Brown, and Sister Souljah. David Dinkins and Clive Davis also attended the funeral. After the funeral, his body was cremated at the Fresh Pond Crematory in Fresh Pond, Queens, and the ashes were given to his family. Posthumous releases. 16 days after his death, Wallace's second studio album, Life After Death, was released on March 25, 1997. The album achieved 4-time platinum certification and became the highest-selling release of the year, tied with MC Hammer's Please Hammer Don't Hurt Him 1990, as one of the best-selling rap albums of all time at release. Life After Death debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200. It had briefly appeared earlier at number 176 due to street date violations. The follow-up single of Hypnotize, M.O. Money and Mo Problems, featuring Combs and Mays, became Wallace's biggest chart success, reaching #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, making him the first artist to achieve 2 posthumous #1 singles. The third single, Sky's the Limit, featuring the band 112, featured a Spike Jonze-directed video with children portraying Wallace and his contemporaries, including Combs, Lil Kim, and Busta Rhymes. In December 1997, Spin named Wallace Artist of the Year, with Hypnotize as Single of the Year, Life and Career. Christopher George Latore Wallace was born at Cumberland Hospital in Brooklyn, New York, on May 21, 1972. Wallace was the only child of Jamaican immigrant parents. His mother, Violetta Wallace, 1947 to 2025, was a preschool teacher, while his father, Selwyn George Latore, 1933 to 1996, was a welder and politician. At the age of 5, he began attending preschool at Quincy Lexington Open Door Daycare Center, where he was already bigger than most of the other children. 3 months before Wallace's 3rd birthday, his father left the family, leaving his mother to raise him while working 2 jobs. He grew up in Brooklyn's Clinton Hill, near the border of Bedford-Stuyvesant. As a child, Wallace spent most of his time on Fulton Street, where he was introduced to drug dealing, alcoholism, and gambling. Raised as a Jehovah's Witness, Wallace attended St. Peter Claver Church in Brooklyn, graduating from the parish elementary school in 1982. He excelled in the English subject at Queen of All Saints Middle School. He attended Westinghouse High School, a public school attended by several future celebrities, including Jay-Z and Busta Rhymes. After his release from jail, Wallace produced his first demo tape in 1991 called Microphone Murder with a disc jockey named 50 Grand. Although Wallace reportedly had little ambition for the tape, local disc jockey Mr. C, known for his work with Big Daddy Kane and the Juice Crew, discovered and promoted it. Mr. C sent the tape to Mateo Capoluongo, an editor at The Source magazine, who featured the track in the Unsigned Hype section in March 1992, a chart dedicated to showcasing promising rappers. That year, Wallace started gaining exposure. After reading the Unsigned Hype section, Sean Puffy, Combs arranged to meet him. Combs connected Wallace to rhyme on the remix of Mary J. Blige's hit Real Love, Ready to Die in Marriage to Faith Evans. On August 4, 1994, Wallace married R&B singer Faith Evans, whom he first met in June 1994 at a promotional photo shoot. Wallace and Amobi originally wanted Machine Gun Funk as the upcoming album's first single due to its funky, upbeat sound, but Combs preferred a smoother sound for the release. The upcoming album's first song to be released was the title track, Ready to Die, followed by Gimme the Loot, Things Done Changed, Machine Gun Funk, and Warning. 5 days after his marriage, Wallace had his first pop chart success as a solo artist with double-A side, Juicy/Unbelievable, which reached number 27 as a lead single to his debut album. In 1996, Lil Kim became pregnant with Wallace's child while the two were having a love affair, but she later decided to abort it. Wallace also started a relationship with Charlie Baltimore, a Philadelphia native who portrayed Evans in the Get Money music video. Although Wallace shared his plans to include her in a supergroup called The Commission, she was aware that she was not the only woman in his life. On March 23, 1996, Wallace was arrested outside a Manhattan nightclub for chasing and threatening 2 fans who were asking for autographs, smashing the windows of their taxi and punching one of them. He pleaded guilty to second-degree harassment and was sentenced to 100 hours of community service. Later that year, he was arrested at his home in Teaneck, New Jersey, on drug and weapons possession charges.